Hello? Hello. Thank you so much for coming. These kids have put in 19 hours of rehearsal in the last 2 days to put on this concert for you, and that doesn't include the time that they spent at home working on it with their teachers. So thank you very much for coming and supporting our musicians. I'd like to go over a little bit of our etiquette rules. Obviously, I would love it if you could turn your cell phones off or silent. I mean, that's what it means, right? Silent. If you have hats, this is kind of a moment where we would remove our hats. It's just kind of the etiquette of concerts. Remain quiet and still during performance. That means like actively singing, actively playing. So wait in between tunes to go to the restroom or get water or anything like that, because the bleachers are really loud. So we don't want to ruin any musical moments. You can read the rest of these. None of our pieces are multi-movement, so when you see the conductor's hands go down, it's good to clap, okay? All right, without further ado, for the 50th anniversary of the Music Fest of Southeast Alaska, we will begin with our honor choir. You'll notice that everyone is wearing their own concert attire, so that's really cool because you can kind of see how we all come from all these different places to come together and make this amazing music. To lead them, this year we had someone from my alma mater, so I went to West Virginia University, and she actually helped me when I was learning all about choral conducting in my master's, and I went back knowing I wanted to be in a small town Alaska choral setting, and so she really helped me find appropriate material and how to help with small choirs like that, and so she's instrumental to how I am as a teacher. And so I would like to introduce Dr. Kim Scott.
Hello. Do I have to turn an on switch? Nope. I'm picking this microphone because I wanted to make sure it was working. Good evening. It's so lovely to see so many people here to see what these students have worked on in the last couple of days. As you heard, we've done a lot of rehearsing, and the students came really well prepared, which makes my job so much more enjoyable and so much easier. That first piece that you heard is called Cantate Domino. It's actually a very new composition that was written by one of my students at West Virginia University. Has a lot of complexities. Big thank you to the most amount of complexities that happen on the piano. So it's been wonderful to work with Stephanie here over the last couple of days too. The next piece we're going to do is a very different feel. This is a piece called All of Me. It is by a composer called Kyle Peterson, and he wrote this as part of a selection of pieces from A Vision Unfolding. And this piece very much talks about acceptance. It talks about not taking anybody at face value, getting to know people past our very initial reaction. I really encourage you to listen to the lyrics of this. And I will also, we have wonderful violinists joining us, and we have two soloists, and so I get their entire name. Hold. So our first soloist in this piece is Eleanor Carpenter, and she is from Juneau Douglas, and please forgive me if I get this wrong, but Yada At Kale, I believe is correct. And we also have second soloist is Joshua Gluth, who is from Sitka. Test.
Look at my skin. Do you see just my skin or the soul within? Do you see what's true?
And look who I love. Do you view me as less, like none of the rest of me matters to you?
Turn off the talk on the air, and the voices who seem to just stare. I'm out to
Thank you. Now we're going into something a little bit different again. This is a song from the 60s. It's a Joni Mitchell song. I'm sure many of you know. It's called Both Sides Now. And I was sharing with the students my, I guess, relationship with this song. There are two movies that are very, very much favorite movies of mine that feature this song, and in two very different ways. One of the wonderful things about choral singing is that we get to tell stories. And every song has a story, and some songs can have many stories. And those stories might be different for different people in the choir, and they might be different for those of you in the audience. The first movie that this song features in is my favorite Christmas movie. Most people have a love-hate relationship with this movie, but I love it, and it is Love Actually, and I've watched it every single year since it came out. If you don't like it, I don't care. But the moment that this song features in the movie is actually a really sad moment. And so every time I watch this movie after 20-something years, it still gets me every time. And then the other movie that this features in a very different way is the movie Coda. And some of you are nodding, so I'm glad some of you have seen it. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. Great family movie. I shared it with my parents. It was appropriate for them. That says a lot. But it tells the story of Coda is children of deaf adults, and it is a girl growing up in a household where she is the only hearing person with two deaf parents and a deaf brother. And interestingly, it's set in a fishing town, not terribly dissimilar to this one. And she sings in school, and she wants to audition to study music, and she goes to Berkeley to do an audition. And this is her audition song. And there's a whole background. You've got to go watch the movie to get the whole story. But as she's singing this, her family come in, and they're up in the balcony, and the people watching the audition can't see them. But she starts signing the song so that they are a part of that. And every time it gets me, every time. I haven't seen it as many times as I've seen Love Actually, but I'm sure 20-something times in, it'll still get to me. So when I programmed this song, I thought, you know, it would be fantastic if we could include some of the sign language for this song, and it just so happens that we have a member of our choir who knows sign language, and we spent some time today learning some of the sign language for this song. So I want to give a huge shout out to Eva Ney from Mount Edgecombe, who spent a lot of time with us very patiently today, including myself, teaching us this, and you will get to also hear her start this song out. And also we have 5 other singers in a small group here who learn a little extra as well, and that is Morgan Haines from Sitka, Chaselyn Spencer from Ketchikan, Autumn Bethune from Sitka, Shannon McCarty from Metlakatla, and Ava Grimes from Juneau Douglas, Yada Atkele. Thank you.
And flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way.
We have one more piece we're going to share with you tonight, and we're going to welcome some instrumentalists to join us for this one. This is a piece by Elaine Hagenberg, a young American composer. It's called By Night. And before we finish this off, I want to say a huge thank you to the teachers who have prepared their students, the people here in the town who have opened your town up to us and made this feel like a really amazing event. It's so beautiful to be here. We got some gorgeous weather, not so much today, but when we arrived, we were taken out on a boat to go see. I saw some sea lions. It was all very exciting. So we've had a really wonderful time here in this town, and making music with these students has absolutely been a joy. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the arts here in this town, and particularly in an education setting. It is so important what we do here. And we're going to finish this off now with By Night.
Mighty phantom
Hello. So we're moving on to the second half, but before we do that, I have a few things I'd like to say, thank yous and such. One, I would like to formally thank Stephanie Owens for the amazing accompanying job she just did with the choir. Can we give her another round of applause? She was our only adult accompanist. Our other 3 accompanists are, well, actually, they were, I guess, Rachel Balcom from Craig played the suspended cymbal for us. Yes. And we had a few other students that played as accompanists. So we had Adrian Ducat and Dory, how do you say your last name? Germaine. And then we had our violinist that came just to accompany our choir because of the fact that this was our 50th. And that was Maya Breedlove on violin and Jacqueline Davis on cello. So can we give them all a round of applause? So obviously I can't do this by myself. There's a lot of people that make this happen. Starting from the top, we have our superintendent and school board and our principals and everybody that's like, yes, you may, right? So if they don't say yes, then we can't do things. So we want to thank them. Obviously, Jamie, you can see running around for everything. So Jamie is an integral part to our school district, and he has been my right and left-hand man this whole time. Thank you, Jamie. All of our office staff have really helped with everything. Tiffany especially, she was in charge of the program and getting that all together, and they made all the passes and everything, so thank you very much, Tiffany. Aaron, Juan, Carla, our custodial staff, all of them have been running around getting whatever we needed cleaned up or, taking care of some other things, yes, and so we want to thank them. The students have received stickers that were designed by Grace Wolf, and she donated her design for that. And then we had Matt Peters design the t-shirts, and he donated his design for that. So I want to give all of those people a big round of applause. Kelsey Hammer made our cupcakes. Wes Davis was our bus driver. We had a bunch of you bring us food for the hospitality room and desserts for after the concert, and all of this just makes this more special for the students, and I just really want to take a moment to appreciate you and to thank you. Thank you very much. And before I introduce our honor band for this year, if you are a Southeast music educator, please rise. These are our band and choir teachers from our 10 different communities represented here, and they have worked very hard with their students to bring them here well prepared, and we want to give you a round of applause. I just want to know how many of the choir and band students understand that they have been rickrolled this whole festival? Yes. So if you didn't notice all of our beautiful signs back there, painted by all of our PHS kiddos, we have rickrolled everyone. Never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to run around as Petersburg because state champs! And Sitka is, and dessert you, because we're going to eat dessert. We did that on purpose. We didn't spell it wrong. Yeah, I spell things wrong, but not that. And and then we had to end with Mount Edgecombe, because don't go, come back. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really proud of the kids. That's awesome. I love that. That makes me happy inside. Okay, enough of me. It's time to move on to our honor band. So we have Mr. Edward Protzman from Portland State University, and this is his first time to Alaska. And so whenever it's the first time for anybody to come to Alaska, it is amazing to drive around with them because everything is just like, where are the salmon? They're right there. Like, you can just catch salmon right there? Mm-hmm, yeah. I mean, the right time of year. What? We got to see Devil's Thumb. I mean, geez, just perfect, just perfect. The pieces that Mr. Protzman has picked, he's going to tell you about. But when we were in our dress rehearsal, he was going through it, and I was like, yeah, that is so cool how everything just ties together. So I'm really pumped for you to listen to the honor band led by Mr. Edward Protzman.
Thank you very much. It is really amazing to be here. And, you know, I think sometimes in life, actually, I think all the time in life, you kind of end up where you're supposed to be. And I was not actually the first person that was hired to conduct this band. It was somebody else, good friend of mine, and they couldn't do it. So they passed along my name, and I ended up here. Fortunately enough, it was early enough in the process to allow me to select the music, because that's a really personal thing to the conductor. And on Saturday when I got here, I was doing a little extra study of the pieces, and I realized there was this theme that connected to everything we were doing that runs through it. Now, the first piece, Golden Jubilee March by John Philip Sousa, Chelsea did suggest we try and choose something that represents the 50th year of the festival. So that was very conscious. But I'm going to share with you some other things as we go. Our next piece, Bach Fanfares, a lot of people hear that name and think it's like J.S. Bach, but it's not. It's about Bach Fortress, which is outside the city of Luxembourg, and has stood kind of ominously for a long time. It's in ruin now because many armies went back and forth. But it was amazing to me as I looked at Bear Claw Mountain and the Devil's Thumb, is that what it is? And realized you have these two great edifices looking down over Petersburg here, and I'm sure most towns in Alaska are pretty close to something like that. And so that's our connection to this piece. It's a really fun piece of music. We think you'll enjoy it. So this is Bach Fanfares.